Hi everyone. I know it's really been a while since the last time I shared something to you guys. Especially for my English speakers, subscribers, and followers. And I remember starting the Elysian Priestess speaking in English because I feel more safe, I feel more comfortable speaking in English than in my original supposed to be my first language, Bahasa Indonesia. But I remember starting the Elysian Priestess on Instagram because I feel more me whenever I'm speaking in English. And it's been a while since the last time I shared something to you guys on YouTube and posted anything in English. And this is not gonna be long. I hope it won't need to be long. But there's something in mind. Not really an A, but more like several messages that I've received recently when I'm meditating, even though I haven't really done intense meditation session. It's just I received some messages which I feel like I should share the messages to you guys. And they are about why we should maximize our ability to love ourselves. Simply because, as cliche as it may sound, loving ourselves and fully acknowledging ourselves for both the good and the bad parts of ourselves, those actions, it could really help us to become the best and the better version of our own self. And I can see how people could easily try to fit in, could easily try to shrink themselves just to be accepted. I'm not gonna judge anyone who's doing that because trust me, I've actually been there too. I know that I'm not older than most of you. I'm still younger than most of you, and I haven't had experience everything. I still need some stuff to learn. There are actually some things I could tell you guys based on my own experiences. I know there could be times where we would feel like we need to shrink ourselves so we would be accepted. We need to fit in so they would accept us. They would appreciate our presence. I know how hurt it could be, but I also know how painful it could be. I also know how degrading it could be. I also know how should I say it? How devastating it could be. Because it feels like we're living, but we're not really alive when we're doing that. It's just like we might try to be somebody that we don't know, but we're still breathing. That's it. And also, it usually happens, I know that such kind of thing usually happens when we haven't fully understood the importance of loving ourselves. It took me times, it took me years, and I'm still progressing on it to finally learn that I need me, I need my love, I need myself to accept myself. I need me, I need my love, I need myself so I can continue playing with the process and just keep moving forward. And so should you, because at the end of the day, the only person who would be there for us through the good, through the worst, is ourselves. And of course, God, of course, our guardian angels would always be with us. Of course, our spirit guides will always be with us. But at the physical realms, we are the only person who will understand us the best. And also, sometimes I know how painful it will be if we feel like we're alone, because we may feel like no one understands us, or we may feel like we do have friends, we do have acquaintances, but our friends and acquaintances, they do have their own issues too, and we cannot force them to always be there for us, even if they would. But they have their own issues, and they need life. They need to live their own lives too. So should we. So will we. And that is why loving ourselves and knowing our own Thyself is highly essential. Because we cannot treat other people well if we haven't treated started treating ourselves well. We cannot do that. It's just like when we still trying to fit in, we will just probably let toxic people enter our lives. We will just let ourselves being degraded, being judged, being doubted, and so those judgments could get into us and make us question our worth, and make us question who we actually are on our core. And that is toxic. That is really toxic. You don't need to be a psychic, but even if I believe that everyone was born with some kind of clear abilities, whether clairsentient, claircognizant, clairvoyance, and many other clear abilities, but even if I believe we are all at least having one of them, but we don't need those abilities, those psychic abilities, to understand that as human, we could feel degraded. As human, we could feel hurt, we could feel pain. We don't need those things to know the feeling that it's just like we know that when people seeing us differently, we know that. And I'm saying what I'm saying now because I want us to step into our own power again and start taking back our thrones and start wearing our crowns again, and just start to live life the way we want it to be. Live our life the way we want it to be, without prejudices, without any kind of negative thoughts, without fear, and just live freely, because universe will always have our back. It does have our back. It will always be with us. Even if we may think like our plans don't go well, but most of the time we don't know what the universe may have in store for us. We don't know which kind of surprises God has prepared for us. It's just when we start to understanding ourselves, when we start to loving ourselves more and accepting ourselves, whether the good and the bad sides of our own self, we will be able to start creating certain kind of healthy boundaries for ourselves. We will know that if we're still letting this kind of people come to us, if we're still letting this kind of people hurting us in some ways, it will not be good for us. It will just keep us down in some ways, and it will be a burden for you to continue progressing. And if we're not progressing, we will not go anywhere, right? Anyway, it's already almost midnight. In my place, I will continue this later. I thought I said it will be short, but it's almost 10 minutes. That's all for now, I guess, because I'm already sleepy myself. I'll share more to you guys later. Until later, bye bye, God bless, I love you.